Hey guys, welcome back. Today in this video, we are going to talk about multiplying powers with the same base. So today we are expanding a little bit more on our exponent rules, and we're going to look at how we can simplify our expressions when we do multiply powers with the same base. So let's look at what that means. So when I'm multiplying powers with the same base, that's something like this problem here, 3 to the 4th times 3 to the 3rd. While our exponents of 4 and 3 are different, our base, notice, in 3 is the same. So we're going to try and figure out what our rule is. So let's expand. So when I say expand, I say write 3 to the 4th and 3 to the 3rd as the product of the numbers they are. So 3 to the 4th will be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, and 3 cubed will be 3 times 3 times 3. So when we multiply those together, we have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 from 3 to the 4th times our initial multiplication, 3 times 3 times 3. Now, how many 3's do we have? Okay, notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, what do you notice about the relationship between how many 3's there are and our exponents? Make a note of that. Okay, let's do the same thing. X to the 3rd times x to the 6th. When we expand, we write it as a product. So we have our x times x times x from our x cubed, and then our x times x times x times x times x times x from our x to the 6th. Well, notice again, how many x's are we multiplying in total? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Well, how does that relate to the exponents we have in our original problem? Okay? Think about how that relates to how we represent a product. So, what do you notice? Okay, you should notice, that the number of x's we're multiplying in this case, is the sum of our two exponents. Okay, so we can represent this with x to the 9th because we're multiplying x by itself 9 times. In this case, you should recognize that we're multiplying 3 times itself 7 times, which is the same as 3 to the 7th. So our rule is going to be to multiply powers with the same base, we need to add the exponents. And you should write this down as a to the m times a to the n equals a to the m plus n. Okay, notice that your base does not change at all. Okay, so that base is still a. You're only adding the exponents. Okay, nothing changes here. Okay, that stays the same because you're expressing a to a certain power, which is the sum of the two exponents. So our first example, 4 cubed times 4 to the 5th. So we're multiplying with the same base. That means we're adding the exponents. So 4 stays the same. Add the exponents. 3 plus 5 is 4 to the 8th. Now, we do need to simplify this all the way. So you do need to calculate 4 to the 8th, which is going to be some large number. It should be 65,536. You do need to simplify that all the way. Okay. Same deal here for example 2. Okay, 3 cubed times 3 to the negative 5th. Our base stays the same, but we go ahead and we add the exponents. So this, in this case, 3 plus a negative 5 is going to be negative 2. Well, now to simplify, we need to apply our negative exponent rule. So we move it to the denominator, and then we would simplify to 1/9 as your final answer. Okay, so why don't you guys go ahead and give this one a try? So you can pause the video and give it a try. So we're multiplying with the same base. That means our base stays the same. So we're going to have 2 to the power of 4 plus 6 minus 2. Well, 4 plus 6 is 10, plus a negative 2 is 8. So 2 to the 8th, which simplifies to 256. Okay. We can still do the same thing, with multiple terms that have multiple variables. So in this case, as I've said, we're going to work number by variable by variable. So we start by multiplying our 2 times 4 times 3. We do this multiplication because they do not have the same base. And we know what 2 times 4 times 3 is. Well, 2 times 4 is 8, times 3 is 24. Okay, now we talk about the x's. So x squared times x cubed, okay, times y1 times y cubed. Well, again, multiplying with the same base, you're going to add your exponents, and then you're going to do the same thing with your y's. Gives you 24, x to the 5th, y to the 4th. Okay, work numbers by variables by variables. You can always rewrite the problem. Remember, multiplication is commutative, so you can go ahead and reorder these expressions. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. We'll go over it in class.